What's going on, y'all? Um, this is the Battle Blast coming at you tonight. Just thought I would drop some stuff on y'all guys tonight. It might be a little ranting, but I'm going to go through some things with you guys, and I'm going to talk about a few things. So I'm trying to make it as quick as I possibly can, because number one, I am running out of time on this thing, and I should have let it charged up before I got onto it. But no, that's neither here nor there. All right, hold on one second. I think I'm gonna have to do this. Hang on. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I know it might not seem like it's long, but I've been away for about 2 or 3 minutes away from the recording right now. So tonight, I'm just gonna have a rant, and I hope you guys can hang out. I'm gonna try to be as calm as I very much can be. So let's get into it, shall we? Well, I'm getting to a point in my life, I believe, where, they say when you get older, things bother you a lot more, and you're just getting tired of it. You just can't stand it. You're getting tired of it. And I'm seeing so much, and I can't not see it. When you wake up from the bullshit, the lies, and all the dreams. I don't want to even call it dreams. All the illusions that this country puts in your way. When you see stuff like that, it's hard for you not to go back to sleep and not see it. It's like the guy from the Matrix when he said they were sitting down, he was having they were at the restaurant, and the guy's like, well, he said, I'm sitting here with you right now, and I know I'm not really sitting here, and I'm here eating this juicy steak. He said, when I put this steak in my mouth, my brain's going to tell me when I bite into it, all the juices are going to squirt into my mouth, and all the taste and the juiciness of the steak, and I'm just going to enjoy it. And da, da, da. He said, but in actuality, I'm sitting somewhere being programmed. Basically, it's not really real. And that's where we're at right now. And I'm going to talk about the whole world, not only just black people, but every other culture. We've been programmed for so long. And if you notice or not, America's falling. America's down on both knees now, because everything that America has done is coming back to bite her in the ass. And in Rome, I forgot who said this. I forgot who was it. But they said, give the people their wine and their circuses, and they'll never know the difference. They'll never know, when things are going to go bad. And believe it or not, we've got our wine and our circuses. We're seeing the wrongs of each other, or we're seeing each other get something, and other people looking at us like you should have been had this, and whatever. But we're living in an illusion right now. We're living life in an illusion. I watch as people use one another. They won't tell nobody anything about themselves, and then when you find out about them, either it's too late, or they're just, like I said, people just don't have they don't care. And right now, I'm in this place where I'm getting tired. Honestly, I feel like I just want to pack up and just find me a place to live by myself where I don't have to be bothered with no one. Not no one. I just don't want to. I'm at this place and point in my life where I don't want to be bothered with nobody. I don't want no women around me. I damn sure don't want no damn man around me. You know what I'm saying? I'd just rather be alone right now in my life. If I could bury myself in my work, I would. I normally do because I work a lot, so I would really bury myself in my work. And like I said, if I end up going to where I said I was going to go away this upcoming season, I need to get on my purpose. And where I live, it's really not a good place. Today, I come out of my house and go to walk to where my car is. There's this lady, she all squat down, she peeing next to my car. She's in another car, got her door open, squatting, peeing next to my car. Not only did she pee and wipe herself off, she left, and I just seen this when I was walking in the house tonight. She left a used condom with the wrapper inside the tissue. In broad daylight. Only thing I can say about this, my friends, is this is the wine and circus. This is a part of it. People living in this fucking world like it's a fantasy. There is no more there's no more pride. Nobody takes pride in themselves. Nobody believes that in themselves enough to the point where they say that I know this is wrong, I shouldn't be doing it, and I'm not going to do it. They just keep on doing it. People have no respect for themselves, nor for no one else. Now, you might say that I'm being probably hypocritical because I'm saying that. I have respect for people. Well, I got respect for people. But people, when they don't got no respect for me, like, you know, when they don't have no respect for me, it just shows me not to have respect for them. Like, today when I left out of my apartment, you know, I come outside, there's a bunch of kids outside in the hallway. I come back, I got a bag of their junk thrown in front of my door. I kicked it right back in front of their door because it's not mine. It's your children's shit, and your children and their friends choose to be disrespectful. These are the same people who takes their trash and throw it right outside on the sidewalk, like they have garbage men picking up trash instead of walking it across the street into the dumpsters across the street. This, you don't live in a house, you live in an apartment. That's why we have trash cans in the back, dumpsters in the back. Honestly, these are the people that should be getting kicked out. Instead, they'll kick somebody out like me because, all right, I work a lot of hours. I work 7 days a week, and I don't really take time out to do what I need to do. So sometimes, well, I'm going to tell you like this. 4 times out of the month, my house gets to the point where I really need to take like 3 days off and clean the house completely. Because I let it go that far. I don't have time to cook sometimes, or when I do cook, I put my pots or my pans in the sink and I let it sit. And instead of me coming home the next night and cleaning it right after I finish cooking, I And it's bad for me to do that. I leave it in there for 2 or 3 weeks sometimes. That's really not good. That's very, very bad. That's nasty. And my mother never taught me to do that. My mom always taught me cleaning behind myself as I go along, and so had my father. So, but because I work so many hours, like I said, here I go, and that's what I do. I come home sometimes on weekends when I'm working. I come home really late, and either I bought something to eat or I fixed something real quick, like hot dogs or a quick hamburger or something like, something quick to eat, like pancakes, something quick, egg sandwich, something quick. Instead of me just taking the 5 minutes to clean up behind myself, I just let it sit. And like I said, then turn around, I come home, I'm throwing my clothes on my jackets on the sofa. I take my wet socks off and sling them in. Instead of me taking them and putting them into the dirty clothes bag, I throw them right there on when I get home. I take my shoes off in the living room and I throw them right there on the floor, and I keep on stepping. And that's wrong. I shouldn't do that. And I know that. And then, like I said, over time, the house gets messy. I don't get a chance to sweep them up like I used to do. I used to, every Sunday, I would get up early in the morning. I'll start the kitchen, go into the living room, and I would go into my mother's old room, and then I would do the bathroom and do my room last. But I got so much shit on my plate right now, I don't get a chance to do anything. And that would get me to the point where these people will say, oh, well, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And that's like reasons of getting kicked out of these apartments, which is crazy, because they don't want to fix nothing anyway. And then you got people like the people next door who their kids go outside and throw trash in front of your door, you know what I mean, and don't have no respect for you. And then you got the people, they throw stuff right out in front of the building, and like they got a garbage service that comes and picks up from the curb. No, you're supposed to dump your shit in the trash cans across the street or around back. So we're living in this world of everybody thinks they know what the hell they want or what they're doing or whatever the case may be. I'm right, you're wrong, I'm living my life, don't you tell me how to do anything. It's the arrogance for me. It's the entitlement for me. No one has any shame anymore. No one has any pride anymore. I walked out in front of the house this morning, and you can see how nasty the streets are. The people come outside and they eat, and the kids eat, and they throw the shit right there on the ground, and don't worry, the maintenance men will clean it up. No, stop being that way. Throw your shit in the bag and take it in the house. Or if you want to take it in the house, have one of the kids run it across the street, or you run it across the street. Stop being lazy, run across the street and dump it into the trash can. Just because you live in a projects doesn't mean that you have to act like that. The projects could be looking like Fifth Avenue or Parkway. People don't. It's by the way you treat where you live. And as black people, I watch us lose out. We're losing. because we're chasing something that is very destructive to us. And what I mean we're chasing this excuse my expression, I don't give a damn fuck you image, whatever it is that we're chasing. You know, I don't care no more. I don't this, I don't that. But these are the same people, if you touch something of theirs, they'll go right the fuck off. You disrespect them in some type of way. The same people who disrespect you, you disrespect them in a certain type of way. Guess what they do? They'll be quick to jump in your face talking about you disrespecting them. But these are the same people who would disrespect you if you ain't even doing nothing to them. Which brings me to another point real quick. Now, I always talk about this because, honestly, as black people, we should be on our P's and Q's. But a lot of us aren't. I was listening to Phil Scott's show the other day, and he had this thing on where it was a Spanish dude, and the Spanish dude was talking, and he was like, and he sees through, he's very woke. This dude is very woke. He sees through the garbage. He's one of those guys that he's not going to go back to sleep. He sees it, and he's like, yo, we got to call this shit out. He said that how his people look down on darker skinned Spanish folks, and they look down on black people. They call them the Blanco ruling class. He said the funny thing about it, those people will be the same people who come over here. The people who would get shitted on over there will come over here and shit on us for the white man's, to kiss white people's ass, in other words. And he was like, when they come over here, we support them. We ride with them. We ride for them. And that was true for a long time. We really did. And some of us still do. I ain't gonna say some of us, a majority of us still do, which those are the people who are stupid and, like I said, they're asleep, they don't know no better. But it's time for us to wake up and start doing for ourselves and let them do for them, because, like I said, the United States of America got their backs. That same motherfucker, Joe Biden, who said he have your backs, yeah, he got black people backs. He got them way back. He got black people back so far back that if you fell, he wouldn't be there to catch you. Just like they can give money to Ukraine and they give it to these foreigners for them to start businesses, or them to come over to the States and get houses and cars and start working and all this shit. I'm serious. I watch this shit go down. I see it every day. I'm going through my city. They're trying to exit us out through the north side of our city. They're all over the place, and they're like roaches. These people they're everywhere. And don't get me wrong, white people is creeping back into the city. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm about to say something. Dr. Claude Anderson said that we're going to be assaulted from all sides, and we can't fight all these people at once. Now, he wasn't talking about fighting them, physically fighting them, but guess what? We're going to have to physically fight them as well, because these young ones out here, a lot of them are gang members. A lot of them they waiting for more of their people to come up in here. See, when Trump, I hate to say this, and I'm not a big Trump fan. I never voted for Trump. But when Trump was president, Trump was getting them up out of there. Trump was like, yo, they can't be confident here. I watched as the white people in New York, in them like white enclaves, when the mayor was shipping them up there, they were like, oh hell no, they can't come up here. They forced them bitches back down into the city. See what I'm saying? They forced them right back down into the city. Told them we don't want them. Excuse me. And in Chicago, the south side of Chicago, there's a place down there where it's like basically a black enclave, like here in my city. And they're trying to push them down in there. And they're like, no. Y'all promised us the school. Did y'all want to turn to a recreational place for the youth? Now, because the old mayor is out, you got this new mayor coming in, and he's trying to give them everything that he could possibly give them. And now they want to turn that school into like a shelter for them, for incoming illegals. And the people are like, no, send them around with their people. And that's the truth. Send them where they will feel comfortable instead of them being around us and they know they hate our guts. And let me give y'all a quick history fact about the people from south of the border or South America or whatever. I spoke about this before, and I'm going to say it one last time. The Spaniards, Portugal, all them Portuguese and all them people, and the people from Italy and Spain, those are Spanish-speaking countries. They're all in the same area, basically. They're all in the same area. Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Colombia, basically all in the same area. These individuals have a problem with color as well. The Dominican Republic as well. If you remember, my man who was a baseball player, I forgot his name. I got his face in my head, but he was dark skinned. And when they said, well, you black, something about black people, and first thing he says, I'm no black, I'm Dominican, I'm no black. So when he had all this money and success, he went back to the Dominican Republic. They have a club, and it has black doors. That black door means that's where black people stop at, because you can't come through those doors unless you're white. His ass thought he could get in there because he had money and prestige. He was famous. He walked up to that club. They turned him away like, bitch, we know who you are, motherfucker. You ain't coming up in here. That motherfucker went, bleached his skin. His hair was already not, he already had the wavy hair. That motherfucker straightened that shit a little bit more and put blue contacts in his eyes so he could be accepted. Well, white supremacy has went across this planet so damn tough is a goddamn shame. But being that, and I'm going to say this, being that America's fallen, I'm not going to say that white supremacy will fall along with it. That has to be implemented. It truly has to be implemented. And what I mean about that is every group in this on this planet will have to fight it at once. Like just attack it at once from all sides, and don't let up and destroy white supremacy that way. Because if you don't, it's just gonna fester and make this place even worse. But we have to get our shit together, and we can't get our shit together if we all just sleep all the time. You know what I mean? We constantly sleep. We're constantly thinking that everything's gonna be all right, or it can't happen to me, or we're all in this together, or whatever. Like I said, I'm just watching the world burn. The fire has been lit. The smoldering is over. The flames are actually, flaming. And it's on. I want to talk about so-called friendships and whatever. Today, people only care about themselves. I watch as, when it comes to relationships, there's nothing such a relationship. It's what you can do for me. And who's the best in bed, and who can keep my attention the longest. There's no real love in this world anymore. Love is no longer a viable thing. It's not a good thing to love anymore. I mean, I'm watching as parents don't even love their own children anymore. They love themselves more than they love their children. But this is what the Bible speaks of. The Bible says, men shall become lovers of themselves. When I was a kid, you know what I thought that meant? Homosexuality. Now, that could have some truth in it. But I understand what it means. It means people would love themselves so much that they would love nothing else but themselves. They could have children, and they'll just love themselves more than they love their kids. Their needs would be more how would you say it would be more in tuned than anything else. Their love for themselves would be at number one plate. It's all about me. It's all about me. You can have kids, and guess what? It's not about them. You can have a person who really loves you, want to be with you, and it's not about them. It's about you. I gotta get mine. I need $50. I need $100. I need $20. I need this. I need that. It's never the fact that, hey, I really like you. I want to see where this could go. Let's try. As I getting older now, I'm seeing that this is also true. I had a friend of mine, and I said this before, His mother was more of a mother to him because she taught him the game. You know, I remember we were teenagers, and he used to tell me, "Man, don't do nothing for these women. Don't do this. You know, don't be, you know, over concerned with them. Don't, you know, hell with these women. You know, let them chase you." Don't show no caring to these motherfuckers, because they'll take that and walk right over you. And he was right. Oh man, he was totally right. And me listening to my mother and my sister, they were wrong. And I knew they were wrong because, like I said, if I were just stuck to my guns, I would be a cold-hearted motherfucker right now. Should I probably be married, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't give a fuck. And that's what women respect. Women respect men in this day and age who don't give a fuck about them. That's how you can keep a woman, by not giving a fuck about her. And that's a sad situation, guys. That's a very sad situation that we live in. But I'm running out of time right now. But I just wanted to come on here and talk for a little bit. I thought it'd be fun for a little bit just to talk and like just let it all hang out for a second. But yeah, this is I'm getting to the point in my life right now. I gotta leave where I live and just go and find me a nice spot somewhere in the United States somewhere, or just leave the country completely, because they say in the Bible, they said that we're gonna have to, you know, gather our scatter and go into the wilderness again. And going, what that means is not necessarily going into wooded areas or anything like that. It means to get you know, gather your stuff, and you're gonna go into seclusion. You're gonna go into a place of bearing. You know what I mean? What I mean by bearing, of like nothingness, like a place of just emptiness, nowhere. Find yourself in the desert all over again. For 40 years, 60 years, 80 years, whatever, 100 years. Because we're going to have to leave this place anyway soon, very soon. Because America has killed herself. She's actually starting to hemorrhage. And if this shit don't get done by the 1st or before the 1st, which is Wednesday, they don't come to no decision, don't be surprised when you're not getting no mail, the Social Security checks and shit ain't coming through the mail after next month or whatever, or some go out and not all come out. Don't be shocked when you're what they call that, you know, your what's they call that shit again, that pays most of your rent money, your Section 8, when that shit coming out that pay for your rent, because all this stuff is designed to hurt black people at the end, because they know we live from paycheck to paycheck. So just saying that to let y'all guys understand what I'm saying is they want to break this country Joe Biden already said New World Order is in effect now. So prepare yourself, because we're all going to have to leave. We're going to have to leave soon. We're going to have to all get the fuck up out of this country, because this country about to get bombed like a motherfucker. And the children of Israel are going to have to leave, and that's not these so-called Jewish people that you know, because the Bible speaks of them. You know, it tells you that the children of Israel will be poor, and we'll be the ones borrowing and not lending. The so-called Jewish people today, they're the lenders, and they don't have to borrow because they got it all. So you tell me, what's the truth? Seriously. Alright, y'all, this is Battle Blessing. I'm going to cut out because time is running short and this thing's about to go out. Alright? So I'll catch y'all later on the next day. Peace.